It is not by chance that you came across this video today, because what was revealed in this testimony is what everyone needs to know about their life. Things that was exposed in this testimony is that man has a purpose on earth, and by the end of this testimony, you will learn and know the reason why man has been created and what God wants from us. Kindly let us know where you are listening from in the comments section, so that we can connect as a family and for our prayer team to continue to commit you and your family in the hands of God. Listen carefully as I share this testimony with you. My name is Sophia and I'm from Texas. I'm 32 years old, I work as a nurse at the local hospital, and I'm telling you this story because I need to. I need people to know what happened to me 6 months ago. I need you to understand that what I'm about to tell you is real as the chair you're sitting on or the air you're breathing. It was in late July last year. I remember because that day used to be my longest days at the hospital. I just finished a 12-hour shift in the ICU, and I was the kind of exhausted where your whole body feels like it's made of lead. I'd seen 3 patients pass away that day, held the hand of a crying mother whose teenage son had been in a car accident, and hadn't eaten anything except a granola bar I'd stuffed in my mouth between rounds. I drove home on autopilot, climbed the stairs to my second-floor apartment, and collapsed on my couch still wearing my scrubs. I remember thinking I should eat something, take a shower, at least drink some water. But I was just so tired. My eyes closed and I thought I was just drifting off to sleep. Except I wasn't. There's no dramatic way to explain what happened next. I didn't see a tunnel of light or hear angels singing. One moment I was on my couch and the next moment I was somewhere else. Standing up. Fully alert. In a place I still struggle to describe even now. Imagine the most peaceful moment you've ever experienced. Maybe early morning when the world is still quiet, or that feeling you get watching the sunset over water. Now imagine being inside that feeling, surrounded by it. The light was soft and golden, not coming from any particular source but just there, everywhere. It was warm without being hot, gentle without being dim. I felt lighter than I'd ever felt in my life, like some weight I'd been carrying had just dissolved. And then I saw him. I knew who he was immediately. Don't ask me how, I just knew the same way you know your own name. Jesus was standing there, maybe 10 feet away from me, and he was looking at me with the kindest eyes I'd ever seen. He wasn't glowing or floating or any of the things you see in paintings. He looked solid, real, present. His clothes were simple, a plain robe, nothing fancy. But there was something about him that made everything else fade into the background. Sophia, he said, and when he said my name I felt it in my chest. Like he wasn't just saying a word but recognizing every part of who I was. I couldn't speak. My throat had closed up with emotions I didn't even have names for. I just stood there with tears already streaming down my face. He smiled at me and it was the warmest, most genuine smile I'd ever received. Come, he said, gesturing beside him. Sit with me. I don't know how it happened, but suddenly we were sitting. Not on anything I could see or feel, but sitting nonetheless, facing each other. He wasn't rushing me. He just waited, patient and calm, while I tried to find my voice. Am I dead? I finally whispered. Your heart stopped, he said simply. But you're here with me now. For a little while. A little while? Something twisted in my chest. You're sending me back? He nodded gently. Yes. But I wanted to talk with you first. There are things I need you to understand, Sophia. Things I want you to carry back with you. I wiped at my tears, trying to compose myself. Okay, I managed. He was quiet for a moment, just looking at me with those impossibly kind eyes. Then he said, tell me about your life. What has it been like? And just like that, everything came pouring out. Words I'd never said to anyone, feelings I'd kept buried for years. It's been hard, I said, my voice shaking. Really hard. My dad left when I was 7, just walked out one day and never came back. Mom worked herself to the bone trying to take care of me and my little brother. 3 jobs, Lord. 3 jobs, and we still barely had enough to eat sometimes. He listened without interrupting, his full attention on me. She got cancer when I was 23, I continued. breast cancer. Stage 4 by the time they found it. I watched her waste away for 2 years. I was in nursing school at the time, learning how to save lives, and I couldn't save hers. She died the week before I graduated. "I'm sorry," he said softly, and I could hear that he truly meant it. My brother, he took it hard. Started drinking, got into drugs. I've tried to help him, but he won't let me. I haven't seen him in almost a year. I took a shaky breath. And me, I work. That's all I do. I work 12-hour shifts, sometimes more. I take care of other people's families while I have none of my own. I'm alone, Lord. I'm so tired and so alone, and I pray every single night, but nothing ever changes." I looked up at him, and the next words came out before I could stop them. "Sometimes I think you've forgotten about me. Or worse, sometimes I think maybe you're punishing me for something. Maybe I'm not good enough, maybe I did something wrong and this is what I deserve." I expected him to be angry at my honesty or disappointed. But he just looked at me with such deep compassion that it made me cry harder. "Oh, Sophia," he said, and his voice was so tender it broke something open inside me. "I haven't forgotten you. Not for one single second of one single day. And I am not punishing you. Please hear me clearly on this. I am not punishing you." "Then why?" I asked, my voice cracking. "Why is life so hard? Why do good people suffer while bad people seem to get everything they want? Why do children die? Why did my mother die? Why am I so alone? I don't understand any of it." He leaned forward slightly, and I felt his presence wrap around me like a warm blanket. "I know you don't understand. And I want to help you see what you can't see from where you are. Will you listen?" "Yes," I whispered. "Please. I need to understand." He settled back, and the light around us seemed to pulse gently, like it was alive. "Let me tell you about the earth, Sophia. Let me tell you why you're there and what it all means." I nodded, holding my breath. "Before you were born," he began, "you existed with the Father. Every soul does. You were there in eternity, surrounded by perfect love. You knew that love completely. There was no doubt, no fear, no question about whether you were valued or wanted or cherished. You simply knew it, the way you know the sun is warm." I tried to imagine it but couldn't quite grasp what he meant. "But here's what you need to understand," he continued, his voice gentle but serious. "That kind of existence, beautiful as it is, doesn't allow for growth. It doesn't allow you to become. You see, love that exists without choice, without challenge, without the possibility of anything else, that's not the fullest expression of love. And you were created for so much more than just existing in perfection. You were created to become." "Become what?" I asked. "Fully yourself," he said. "The complete, unique person you were designed to be. Think of it like this. A seed contains everything it needs to become a tree. All the information, all the potential, it's all right there in that tiny seed. But for it to actually become a tree, it has to be planted. It has to be buried in darkness. It has to push through soil. It has to weather storms and droughts and harsh seasons. Without all of that, it stays just a seed. It never becomes what it was meant to be." I was starting to understand, but I needed him to say more. "Earth is where souls are planted," he said. "It's where you grow into who you truly are. And yes, that growth requires resistance. It requires challenges and hardships and circumstances that push you to make real choices. That's the only way you can develop real courage, real compassion, real faith, real love. Not the kind of love that's easy because nothing else is possible, but the kind of love that chooses to love even when it's hard." "But why does it have to hurt so much?" I asked, and my voice sounded like a child's. His eyes filled with something that looked like shared pain. "Because anything worth having requires something of you, Sophia. A muscle only grows stronger when it's challenged, when it faces resistance. A tree only grows deep roots when it has to withstand wind and storms. And a soul only develops its full capacity, for love, for compassion, for strength, for faith, when it faces circumstances that require those qualities." He paused, making sure I was really hearing him. When your mother was sick, you took care of her. Every single day after work, you'd go to her apartment. You'd cook for her, help her bathe, hold her when she was in pain, sit with her through the long nights. Do you remember? I nodded, tears flowing again. Before that happened, did you know you were capable of that kind of love? I thought about it honestly. No. I was younger then, more focused on myself, on my own plans and dreams. Exactly, he said gently. Your mother's illness was painful for both of you. It was one of the hardest things you've ever gone through. But through that pain, you discovered something in yourself you never knew was there. You discovered a capacity for selfless, sacrificial love that transformed you. You became someone deeper, someone more complete. That's what Earth is for. I sat with his words, feeling their weight. Every challenge you face, he continued, every hardship, every moment of suffering, it's an opportunity, not a punishment. An opportunity for growth, for becoming more of who you were created to be. The loneliness you feel? It's teaching you empathy for every other lonely person who crosses your path. The exhaustion from your work? It's building endurance and strength you'll need for what's ahead. The pain of watching patients die? It's deepening your compassion, making you more tender, more human. But what about people who suffer and don't grow from it? I asked. What about people who just become bitter or broken? He nodded slowly. That's the risk of free will, Sophia. The whole point of Earth is that you have real choices. I don't force growth on anyone. Some people face hardship and let it make them bitter. Others face the same hardship and let it make them better. The circumstances don't determine who you become. Your choices do. That's what makes it real. I thought about my brother then, how the same loss that had driven me toward nursing had driven him toward drugs. The same pain, two different choices. But I'm with every single person through their pain, Jesus said, and his voice became more intense. Every single one. I never leave. I never abandon. Even when they can't feel me, even when they think I'm far away, I'm right there, offering strength, offering comfort, offering hope. Some accept it, some don't. But I'm always there. What about the people who pray and nothing changes? I asked, thinking of all my own unanswered prayers. What about when you don't fix things? He leaned forward and I could see this was important. Sophia, if I fixed everything, if I removed every hardship the moment you prayed, you'd never grow. You'd never develop strength or faith or perseverance. You'd stay shallow, weak, dependent. Is that what a loving father does? Give his children everything they want so they never learn or grow or become strong. I thought about the parents I'd seen in the hospital who spoiled their children, who couldn't say no, who tried to shield them from every disappointment. Those children were often the most fragile, the least prepared for real life. I don't answer every prayer the way you want me to, he continued, because I can see what you can't. I can see the whole picture, where you've been, where you are, where you're going. I can see who you're becoming and what you need to get there. Sometimes what you need is healing and I give it. Sometimes what you need is strength to endure and I give that instead. Sometimes what you need is to learn to find joy even in hardship, and that's what I teach you. But it feels like you're not listening, I said quietly. I know it does, he said, and his voice was full of understanding. From where you stand it can feel like silence. But I'm always listening, Sophia. Always. And I'm always answering, though not always in the way you expect. Sometimes my answer is, yes. Sometimes it's not yet. Sometimes it's, I have something better. And sometimes it's, this pain is part of your growth, and I'll give you what you need to get through it, but I won't take it away. He reached out his hand, and though he didn't touch me, I felt warmth radiating from him. Every single time you pray, I hear you. Every tear you cry, I catch. Every lonely night, I'm there. You are never, ever alone, even when you feel most abandoned. That's a feeling, not a fact. The fact is that I love you with a love so deep and so complete that you can't even comprehend it from where you are. Then why does life feel so empty sometimes? I asked. Why do I feel so lost? Because Earth isn't your home, he said simply. You were made for eternity, Sophia. You were made for perfect love and perfect peace and perfect joy. Earth is just the growing ground, the training field. Of course it feels incomplete. It is incomplete. You're living in the temporary, carrying an eternal soul. That restlessness you feel, that sense that something's missing? That's your soul remembering where it came from and longing for where it's going. Something shifted in my chest as he spoke. It was like a puzzle piece clicking into place. But that doesn't mean your time on Earth doesn't matter, he continued quickly. It matters enormously. Every choice you make, every kindness you show, every time you choose love over hatred, forgiveness over bitterness, hope over despair, it's all shaping who you're becoming. It's all building your eternal self. What about people who suffer and never understand why? I asked. What about children who die young or people who live their whole lives in pain? His expression grew more serious. Every life has purpose, Sophia. Every single one, no matter how short or how full of suffering it seems from the outside. That child who dies young? Their life had purpose, in how they touched others, in what they taught their parents about love, in the ripple effects of their existence that spread further than anyone can see. The person who suffers their whole life? They're becoming someone extraordinary, someone whose soul is being refined in ways that will matter for eternity. But that seems so unfair, I said. From an earthly perspective, yes, he agreed. If Earth was all there is, it would be unbearably unfair. But Earth is just a breath, Sophia. It's a single page in an infinite book. And when you see the whole story, when you see what comes after, who people have become, the glory that's waiting, you'll understand that every moment of suffering was worth it. He paused, letting that sink in. Think about a woman giving birth. The pain is intense, overwhelming. In that moment she might feel like it's unbearable. But then the baby comes and she holds new life in her arms, and suddenly all that pain has meaning. It was the pathway to something beautiful. Earth is like that. The pain has purpose. It's the pathway to something more beautiful than you can imagine. I wiped my eyes, trying to take it all in. So you're not punishing me? You don't hate me? Oh, Sophia. His voice broke slightly and I saw tears in his eyes. No, my dear child. I love you. I love you so much that I died for you. I took on flesh, became human, felt every pain and temptation and hardship you feel, and then I let myself be tortured and killed, all because I love you that much. How could you ever think I hate you? Because life is so hard, I whispered. Life is hard, he agreed, but not because I hate you. It's hard because you're in training. You're becoming something glorious, and that process requires refining. But I'm with you through every moment of it. Every single moment, Sophia. I'm carrying you even when you think you're walking alone. He leaned back and his expression softened. When you go back, and you will go back, I want you to remember something. When life gets hard, when you feel alone, when you pray and it seems like I'm not listening, I want you to remember this conversation. Remember that I see you. I know you. I love you. And everything you're going through has meaning and purpose, even when you can't see it. How do I hold on to that? I asked. How do I remember when I'm back in the middle of it all? By faith, he said simply. Faith isn't believing because you understand everything. Faith is trusting me even when you don't understand. It's remembering that I see what you can't see and that I love you too much to waste your pain. Every hard thing you face is an opportunity for me to show you my strength, my comfort, my provision. But you have to look for me. You have to choose to trust even when it's hard. I want to, I said. I really do. I know you do, he said warmly. And I'm going to help you. You're not going back alone, Sophia. My spirit lives in you. Every time you feel weak, call on me. Every time you feel alone, talk to me. Every time you don't understand what's happening, trust me. I'll be there. I promise you I'll be there. I felt something changing in the space around us, like the air was shifting. Is it time? I asked. He nodded. Yes. You have more to do there. More people to love, more hearts to touch, more of yourself to discover. I don't want to leave, I admitted. It's so peaceful here. I know, he said gently. But you'll be back. This isn't goodbye, Sophia. It's just, see you later. And when you do come back, for the last time, you'll understand everything. You'll see how every piece fit together, how every pain had purpose, how deeply and completely you were loved through it all. He stood and I stood with him. Live with courage, he said. Love without holding back. Trust me even when it doesn't make sense. And remember, always remember, that you are never alone. Never forgotten. Never unloved. Thank you, I whispered, and it felt inadequate for everything he'd given me. He smiled. Go now. Your life is waiting for you. And then I was back. I woke up on my couch with paramedics standing over me, their faces relieved when my eyes opened. My neighbor had heard a thud and called 911. They told me my heart had stopped, that I'd been clinically dead for almost 3 minutes. They kept asking me questions, checking my vitals, making sure I was okay. But I could barely focus on them. I was still feeling the warmth of that place, still hearing his words in my mind. I'm with you through every moment. You are never alone. That was 6 months ago. My life hasn't gotten easier since then. I still work long hours, I'm still alone most days, my brother still won't talk to me. But everything is different now. Because I understand. I understand that this isn't punishment. I understand that my pain has purpose. I understand that I'm not alone even when it feels like I am. When I'm exhausted after a long shift, I remember him telling me that my work is building something in me that will matter for eternity. When I feel lonely, I remember that loneliness is teaching me empathy and preparing me to comfort others. When patients die and I feel helpless, I remember that every life has meaning, even the ones that seem cut short. And when I pray now, I don't demand answers anymore. I just talk to him like I did in that place of light. I tell him what's hard, what hurts, what I don't understand. And I trust that he hears me, that he loves me, that he's working everything together for purposes I can't yet see. That's why I'm telling you this story. Because maybe you're where I was, thinking God has forgotten you, wondering if your suffering means he doesn't love you, feeling alone in your pain. And I need you to know, you're not being punished. You're not forgotten. You're not alone. Your life has meaning. Your pain has purpose. And there's someone who loves you more than you can possibly imagine, walking with you through every hard moment, refining you, shaping you, preparing you for something beautiful beyond what you can currently see. Hold on. Keep going. Trust even when you don't understand. That's what I'm doing. And somehow, even though life is still hard, I have peace now. Real peace. The kind that doesn't depend on circumstances but comes from knowing, really knowing, that I'm loved, I'm seen, and I'm never alone. That's the truth Jesus wanted me to understand. And now I'm passing it on to you. Please take this message serious and do what God really brought you into this world to do. We are all in a mission, one day we are all going home, but the question is, what did you do with your life? Don't allow this message to be a waste. Listen to it carefully and share it with your friends and family members you care about. Before I end, please like this video and subscribe to the channel for more of this testimonies. Thank you for watching and may God bless you.